Good evening, dear Kuwait television viewers, and welcome to another new episode of your weekly program, Kuwait in 30 Minutes. The English News and Political Programs Department has prepared a variety of reports that highlight the main events that have recently taken place across Kuwait. Our committed team of reporters is constantly engaged in numerous events with the objective of keeping you, dear viewers, aware of the latest information, regulations, and policies. Our aim is to help you obtain information on the latest developments at the local scene. So stay tuned for more coming your way this evening. A conference recently took place at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel titled Service Excellence Conference. The conference's objective is to engage customer experience, develop high-performance culture, and to help people drive customer satisfaction. The conference hosted the participation of 5 best-selling authors, international keynote speakers, and sought-after trainers on the subject from around the globe. Reporter Ghinwa Jabouri brings us more in the following report.
The Service Excellence Conference that recently took place at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel witnessed the participation of some of the most sought-after international keynote speakers, addressed some of the most important topics that can help businesses thrive and succeed in the current fast-paced, challenging business climate.
I am so excited to be a part of Vigor Events Service Excellence Conference for 2019. I spoke about being more creative and understanding the difference between customer service and customer experience. I invite you next time you see this event, make sure that you come. Again, I'm Jeff Tobe and I am coloring outside the lines.
And maybe why should you listen to me? I'm a customer experience professional, I'm a CCXP, and I'm one of the 6 people globally accredited to, teach other people about customer experience management. So what did I share today at the Service Excellence event? I shared my ACE strategy, how to really ace all your customer experiences. And it's about A, the authenticity in branding. It's about what do you promise your customers? What are you different? The C, it's consistency in the customer journey. Where do you really have to deliver on these moments of truth? And the E is about employee ambassadorship. How can you enable your employees to really deliver on it? And not only that, I shared my Emirates story, which I think they rock when it comes to customer experience.
The conference addressed an array of topics, including the 6 ingredients of customer delight and making them work for you, how to spark innovative thinking in yourself and others, creating a culture as a competitive advantage, and how self-awareness allows leaders to better influence and inspire others, to name just a few.
So it's great to be here in Kuwait for the first time. My name's Andy Hanselman and I'm going to be speaking about culture, and it's just fantastic to see so many people here, and actually lots of people who are keen to learn, to look at how we're actually doing things, and I'm fairly sure that I'll be learning lots and lots from the people here too.
I'm very happy to be here at the conference in Kuwait, for my first conference in Kuwait, to share my passion about two of my favorite subjects. Leadership and customer experience. I will be giving a keynote speak on how to foster your empathy to become a better leader, and also how to increase your customer experience by unlocking the power of empathy.
Service Excellence Conference further hosted interactive workshops, panel discussions, and further demonstrated the precise meaning of value and some of the elements that customers actually value. Service Excellence Forum from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. I'm Ghinwa Jabouri reporting to you for Kuwait in 30 minutes.
And in the following report, an exhibition recently took place at the Faculty of Public Health, Kuwait University Jabriya, titled Public Health Through the Years. The exhibition was organized by students who are studying public health by showcasing a number of projects through their booths. Reporter Ghinwa Jabouri brings us more in the following report.
Students attending Kuwait University's Jabriya campus recently set up booths at the Faculty of Public Health to present projects related to their study and to show how they intend to move forward with their future careers based on their academic studies.
Well, this is a public health day which is organized by our students. These students are bachelor students who are the first year students and second year students and the third year students, and then also supported by our Master of Public Health students. So it's all organized by students who are studying public health. I'm actually very impressed. I think especially the first year students who have only been studying a few months, and the way they are presenting their programs, their projects is quite astonishing. I'm very impressed. The second year students are giving their views. They are already, of course, a step ahead of the first year students. But again, I think the progress in amongst the students has been spectacular, and I'm very positive that these students will make a difference in Kuwait when they are graduating. Kuwait is getting a lot of use from them.
Participating students addressed a number of topics pertaining to public health through their booths, such as social and behavioral sciences, environmental and occupational health, communication and presentation skills, and health policy management and administration.
And today we are talking about public health through the years and how it is developed through the years, from the past to the present and then in the future. So in the past, we know that the first thing that we need to know is we talk about prevention. So before we have the disease, we have to prevent people from having disease, so it will be more people without disease.
Students Khaloud Al-Hajri, Dalal Al-Dosari and Noura Salima, who are all ambitious and zealous medical students, participated in an event and presented their project that addresses a very important issue, that is, how they can potentially encourage and inspire society to live an active lifestyle as opposed to living a sedentary lifestyle, which should be avoided because it can lead to serious health conditions.
Public health through the years. From the Faculty of Public Health, Jabriya, I'm Gemma Jabouri reporting to you for Kuwait in 30 minutes.
An exhibition recently took place at Dar al-Athar al-Islamiyya titled Alan Violers and the Sons of Sindbad, an Australian in the 1930s Kuwait. The exhibition is organized in cooperation with the Australian Embassy and supported by the Australian government. The evening was a great celebration of the long-standing friendship between Kuwait and Australia, spanning over 80 years, and commemorates the famous voyage by Australian adventurer Alan Violers. Reporter Ghenwa Jabouri brings us more details in the following report.
The exhibition Alan Villiers and the Sons of Sindbad, an Australian in 1930s Kuwait, depicts the amazing and extraordinary achievements of Alan Villiers. Alan Villiers was a noted maritime adventurer, journalist, novelist, sailor, and photographer who devoted most of his life to the sea and the ships that harness the power of the winds.
Tonight we have something special. It's the 80th anniversary of a famous voyage and a stay here in Kuwait by an Australian explorer, author and adventurer called Alan Villiers. Alan basically sailed on a Kuwaiti dhow from the Gulf down through the east coast of Africa, down to Zanzibar, and then back up to Kuwait in 1938 and 39. And then he spent 6 months here in Kuwait, documenting life here, Kuwait's seafaring traditions, and what what this city looked like pre-oil. So we have photos, we have films. It's been a collaboration between a whole range of institutions, both here in Australia as well as the UK. We have old and important Kuwaiti families, whether they're the seafaring folk or also the merchant families here tonight. So it's a great celebration. It's an Australian story, but at the end of the day, this is Kuwaiti history and traditions at its best.
Alan Villiers travelled to Arabia because he was certain that he was living through the last days of Saul and was determined to record as much of them as he was able to.
I think it's been fantastic. As the ambassador said, it's been 2 years' work on their behalf, and so many people have been involved. But what impressed me was that 80 whole years after my father's trip in the dhows from Aden and then from Kuwait or back to Kuwait, how it's become such an important part of Kuwaiti history. And I hadn't realized that people really hadn't covered or written about the dhow or photographed the dhow trade until Alan came along. As Grace said, yes, the people were fascinated by the desert and by camels, but really the dhows were equally important for Kuwaiti trade, maybe more. So that really has impressed me. And I've also been very just impressed by at least by the hospitality and the friendliness of the people in modern Kuwait, and I'd like to come again.
Well, it unfolded here in Kuwait. I was living in Kuwait late 1997 through to late 2000, and I was working at the Kuwait Oil Company as I was the editor of the Kuwaiti Digest, the English quarterly journal, and I came across a photograph in a book in the archives of the KOC, and it was the caption that captured my attention because it identified the photographer as an Australian, Alan Villiers, and the date was 1939, and all I could keep thinking of was what was an Australian doing in Kuwait in 1939. And from then I just had to learn more, and it led to all of this discovery and then further academic research. I went to do my master's at Exeter University. I've written books, and several books came out of it, a reprint of his Sons of Sinbad, discovery of photos at the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich that had been forgotten and just laying around in cardboard boxes, another book that came out of these previously unpublished photos, and now here we are, like 20 years later, doing this wonderful exhibition with the Australian Embassy in the Dar. So it's an absolute privilege to be here and to be able to sharing my passion and this information with Kuwait again.
The images included in the exhibition provide an unforgettably vivid memorial of the life and skills of Kuwait's dhow sailor, of the ports along the route, of Kuwait itself and the pearl divers of the Gulf. Alan Villiers and the Sons of Sinbad. From Dar al-Athar al-Islamiyya, I'm Genwa Jabouri reporting to you for Kuwait in 30 minutes.
And in the following report, organized by Al Yarmouk Cultural Center, Dar al-Athar al-Islamiyya, in cooperation with the Embassy of Kyrgyzstan, an event titled Music of Kyrgyzstan recently took place at Al Yarmouk Cultural Center. Music of Kyrgyzstan was performed by professional musicians from Ordus Sakna Theatre, a non-profit organization that was created in 2004. Reporter Genwa Jabouri brings us more in this report.
An event titled Music Kazakhstan recently took place at Al Yarmouk Cultural Center. The event was organized by Dar al-Athar al-Islamiyya in cooperation with the Embassy of Kazakhstan.
First of all, I would like to thank you. This is a very important and nice event, as I was telling all the year round. This year is very special in our Kyrgyz-Kuwaiti relations. We are celebrating 25th anniversary of our relations through the year, and we have many beautiful events. And this is, I think, the not the how to say it, not the last, not the least, but this is, finalizing our activities, and this is about promoting my country. Because we have all seasons, and winter season is also very beautiful in Kyrgyzstan. Therefore, we called it Snow Mountains Festival. And today we are also very thankful to the Dar al-Asar al-Islamiyya, because they are invited a very nice folklore group from Kyrgyzstan. I hope we will enjoy, because they are keeping our tradition, they are keeping our heritage, and they are playing our national instruments. And this is one thing about culture, but also we are trying to show some glimpse of Kyrgyz hospitality. We are showcasing, because it's snow mountains. We have we are very environmentally friendly, and we are also very eco-friendly. We have eco-friendly agricultural products.
Music Kazakhstan was a delightful evening, and one that succeeded at delivering the authenticity of traditional Kazakhstan through the power of music and art.
I think the most important thing is that we have beautiful relations, but today's event also dedicated to the opening of direct flight between Kuwait and Osh. And I want to say a few words about our Osh. It's the second largest city in Kyrgyzstan. It's the ancient city in Kyrgyzstan, and it's located on the crossroad of Silk Road. And my message is, please come and visit Osh. We have very full-fledged, very solid, very positive relation between our two countries. As I said, during these 25 years, we have many exchange of visits, we signed many agreements, and now it's time to move forward to implementing what was agreed between our leaders and our officials. I think we had a very positive, good, and I think we have, inshallah, very brilliant relations in the future.
The event brought much delight to the enthusiastic crowds, who highly praised the musical evening and the artists who performed with sheer talent and artistry, taking the audiences on a magical musical journey. Music of Kazakhstan. From Al Yarmouk Culture Center, I'm Gena Jaburi, reporting to you for Kuwait in 30 minutes.
The Public Affairs section at the U.S. Embassy recently held its Film Showcases closing ceremony at the Academy of Arts and Media for Youth in Dahiyya. The American Film Showcase is a cultural exchange program sponsored by the U.S. Department of State that brings American film experts to foreign audiences. Reporter Ghenwa Japouri brings us more in this report.
The U.S. Embassy recently held its Film Showcases closing ceremony at the Academy of Arts and Media for Youth in Dahiyya. This year's edition of the U.S.'s Film Showcase hosted 2 American film producers deliver a 4-day training course for 30 local filmmakers on techniques to improve their film production abilities.
It was very exciting. So this was the end of our American Film Showcase workshop for a number 18 Kuwaiti students who've been studying for the last while with American filmmakers to learn some of the tricks of the trade and the tricks of the business of making films and selling them. We're very excited, and I was able to talk to our American filmmakers, and they were telling me that this crop of Kuwaitis and local people are just excellent, and they're looking forward to seeing what they're able to accomplish with the skills they've learned.
The workshop witnessed award-winning American filmmaker and producer Joshua Bennett and award-winning filmmaker Alex Fuller mentor the students on techniques in filmmaking, including how to inspire in them the concept of storytelling through film.
So for the past week, I was invited by the United States Embassy in Kuwait and American Film Showcase, which is a program run by USC, University of Southern California's film program that brings filmmakers like myself all over the world to meet with emerging filmmakers, young artists from all different walks of life in all different countries. And what I found here in Kuwait is that there is such a pool of talent. There are, passionate, creative, thoughtful, and really interesting young filmmakers who really are eager to tell stories, and they want to tell stories in fresh and exciting ways. And I think there is the beginnings of a potential movement and a community here of filmmakers who have something to say and know how to do it. I personally have been very inspired by the work I've seen so far from these young people, and I'm really thrilled to see where they take it in the next steps.
But mainly a comic. I've been doing stand-up comedy since 2010, and I joined the American Embassy right here, and it was amazing. Joshua and Alex were such experienced writers from the U.S., and we were really glad we had this chance to do that workshop with them. It was about documentaries and how to start the idea from the beginning to, process the idea, develop it, treat it, and then actually pitch it to a potential buyer, which was pretty amazing. All the set of skills they actually gave us, I think if we try to implement those in our market down here, we're gonna make a change, which this is why I actually came here. I don't want to learn as much as I want to change the mentality inside the market, since it's been really taken over by some sort of people, and it's groups all over Kuwait, and we're just trying to dig up a chance.
The program is in collaboration with the Youth Public Authorities Academy of Arts and Media, CEE Network, and the U.S. State Department's Cultural Diplomacy Program American Film Showcase. American Film Showcase's closing ceremony. From the Academy of Arts, Da'iyah, I'm Gemma Jaburi, reporting to you for Kuwait in 30 minutes.
And coming up next, the French Embassy recently hosted its second edition of its Alumni Network Gathering reception at the residency of Her Excellency Marie Mojdeboui, the French ambassador to Kuwait. The reception was attended by Kuwaiti alumni graduates who have pursued their higher education in France. The reception was further attended by distinguished local figures who play significant roles in the French educational and cultural arena in Kuwait, among them Dr. Fahd Rashid, the owner of the Lycée French School Kuwait. Reporter Ghanwa Jabouri brings us more in this report.
In its second edition, Alumni France Kuwait 2019 gathering recently took place at the residency of Her Excellency Marie Mojdeboui, French Ambassador to Kuwait, in the attendance of Kuwaiti graduates who have attended and graduated from higher education in France.
So thank you. You said it all. Our alumni, we are very, very proud of them. They are our ambassadors, unconscious ambassadors of France to Kuwait on a daily basis. They are very, very diverse. They work in so many different fields: finance, social sciences, defense, security, engineering, architecture, so many different fields. So they are our daily ambassadors. And they are helping us in making France better known in Kuwait.
Addressing audiences during the event, Her Excellency Marie Mojdeboui stated that being French alumni in Kuwait is very exciting because French studies abroad allows students to become part of a large, rich and engaging network which offers great opportunities.
I think We have many common threads between French and Kuwaiti cultures. I would like to mention just two, and it works in both directions. Kuwaiti cuisine is a real authentic cuisine in this region. I don't know about other cuisines. Kuwaiti cuisine, and you know, of course, that French people are very passionate about French cuisine and French gastronomy. So the exchanges around these issues can be very dense. I personally witnessed such exchanges. The other point is which is a common thread between our two people, our two societies, is the passion for politics.
The ambassador further praised students for embracing diversity, which is a very important matter in higher French education. And students here today are embodying this diversity, which they are bringing back to Kuwait, and as such are encouraged to make this diversity prosper and grow.
Alumni France Kuwait 2019. From the residency of the French ambassador in Jabriya, I'm Gena Jaburi reporting to you for Kuwait in 30 minutes.
And in our last story for tonight, in collaboration with the National Library of Kuwait, the American Film Showcase and USC School of Cinematic Arts CEE Network recently held the first of its kind FAN 2019 Film Art Networking Conference at Gust University. Reporter Ghenwa Japouri once again brings us more in the following report.
CEE Network recently held the first of its kind conference FUN 2019 at Gust University. The conference, which was held in collaboration with the National Library of Kuwait and the American Film Showcase and USC School of Cinematic Arts, discussed an array of issues pertaining to the IPR law.
Today's event is called FAN, Film Art and Networking. It's organized by C Network in collaboration with the U.S. Embassy, the Kuwait's National Library. We're going to be talking about IP, or intellectual property, and the new law that just passed this summer, and also shed light on content creators, such as in advertising, in film. We have 2 film screenings that have Kuwaiti short films content in there. We also have panelists that are specialists in IPR. We also have panelists that are into we also have panelists that will speak about content creation in advertising, and filmmakers talking about creating films in Kuwait.
The conference further addressed the issue of what it means for content creators and the general business community through a series of panel discussions and networking sessions led by experts in the IPR fields.
I'm from the copyright department. In specific, we concern about the copyright. It's about film of intellectual property. Yeah. So we have many departments. We have the deposit department, and we have the international communication, and we try to help people to deposit their works and to protect their works and to explain which work is protected and which not. We provide the ISBN. It's the international serial number for the books and for the works. We try to give them the advice how they can protect their work.
The conference featured a myriad of engaging panel discussions, including IPR laws and how it can help individuals, creating content for advertising, creating films in Kuwait, in addition to a presentation about the IPR law by the National Library of Kuwait. A discussion on intellectual property laws from Gust University. I'm Gana Jaburi reporting to you for Kuwait in 30 minutes.
Well, this brings us to the conclusion of tonight's episode of Kuwait in 30 minutes. We hope to see you again same time next week. Our highly dedicated team of correspondents is constantly out in the field searching for reports that matter most to you. Thank you for joining us tonight and see you next week with more exclusive reports. Have a good night.